Hi, my friends. It's me, Krista, and I've never done this before. This is going to be my first time to ever do a verbal flow via video. So, this is a video verbal flow, and I'm recording it instead of writing it. I'm going to write it too and put it on the website. But I wanted to record this because I know a lot of us maybe are longing to see one another and to see human beings. And right now, too, with everything that we're taking in, I thought that it might be for some of us easier to listen to something rather than to have one more thing to focus our eyes and our attention on. So you could just kind of close your eyes and let yourself listen if you so choose. I'm wrapped up in my prayer shawl that was knitted for me around this time last year by a dear friend at my church who was reminding me that I am always held, I am always knitted together in love, and I've been wearing this a lot lately and just remembering how connected I am to so many. And so that's what this really is about. During this time of isolation, I've been thinking all week and contemplating how intimately connected we truly are, how intimately knitted and woven together we truly are. In my heart, I've always known this, but so often it takes moments of great suffering to really unify us and remind us of great love. And I listen to and read many teachers and many traditions. And this week, they were all echoing what I was contemplating, that there is an invitation in this suffering of this time that we're all in together toward global solidarity and toward great love. Richard Rohr, who is a teacher I read, a contemplative Franciscan priest, he wrote this week that the human soul comes to connection with God through two ways, through great suffering or through great love. And both really come down to great suffering, because if we love anything greatly, we will eventually suffer for it. To love anything in depth and over the long term, he says, we eventually must suffer. I resonated with this reminder, and I thought about all the times I've been awoken to this very truth. I thought about our collective grief and suffering in 9/11 as a world. I thought about the collective grief and suffering that my friends and I endured this past year when our dear friend Adrian passed away quite young and unexpectedly. And each of these times I thought about the way that this great grief and suffering brought a greater compassion for one another that allowed us as a planet, as a culture, as a friend group to fall more deeply in love with one another and to hold each other more dearly and to hold our moments in life more precious and more dear. I do believe that great love does require great suffering, and great suffering can open us up to great love. There's an invitation, I believe, here and now for us to awaken to our global connection, our global solidarity, and as we suffer together, to allow this suffering to refine us into more compassionate beings. I'm hearing the call toward global compassion. This virus, it doesn't care about our political affiliations. It doesn't care about our country of origin. It doesn't care about our religious affiliation. This virus is worldwide. This suffering is worldwide. We suffer together regardless of any of our affiliations. We hold fear and anxiety and loneliness and confusion together, regardless of any of our affiliations. And my friends, this has always been true. Us human beings have all been working with so many of the same losses and fears and confusions every day, always, forever, regardless of what our affiliations or our country is. And yet now we're being woken up to actually see that and hold it. And I believe that if we acknowledge this truth, that then we're also being invited to love, to find tenderness for one another, knowing we're all on this beautiful planet holding both the hands of fear and confusion and anxieties all together. And as we hold those hands together, perhaps maybe we can also feel ourselves holding each other's hands a bit more tenderly. I've been remembering all week long the Coca-Cola commercial from when I was a kid, where they start off with singing the song, "I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love." And they go on to sing about how they'd like to buy the world a Coke. And I've been hearing that song in my head all week and really remembering that commercial. And this is the image that has been with me, thinking about how much I would love that opportunity, that feeling this opportunity as an opportunity, or this time as an opportunity, as an invitation to build the world a home that is furnished with love, to feel that we are globally connected as one great human body. So, friends, when anxiety and fear threaten to take you down, I would offer you a reminder that I'm offering myself, to place your hand over your heart, to breathe into this center that is your heart center, to try to remember and feel how woven and knitted together we really all are. Maybe that feel a sense that we're all being held in the palm of one great hand. We're all holding a piece of the suffering together. And if that suffering is distributed, then it becomes a little bit lighter, and maybe we get to feel also the tenderness of love more deeply. I'll leave you with a quote from Storm Jameson, who is a novelist, and he wrote that there's only 1 minute in which you are alive, this minute, here and now. There is only one way to live, by accepting each minute as an unrepeatable miracle. And my friends, I believe that when the joy in my day is overwhelmed by the anxiety and the fear in my day, that I must bring myself back to a sense of gratitude, because the miracle is that all of it exists in every minute. The joy, the suffering, the anxiety, it's all part of every minute, and each minute is truly unrepeatable. So I pray and wish for each of you wellness and joy and the presence of gratitude throughout each of these days ahead. Thank you, friends.